There is a limited and an unlimited in everything in the world. You see, when we talk about economics, we talk about microeconomics and macroeconomics. So, whatever earning, spending you do as an individual, it affects the whole country. It affects the whole world economy. And sometimes, when we don't understand the repercussions of the limited into the unlimited, we don't get the whole picture. Now, Baba today says that there is a limited and unlimited to everything. You see, every person is using natural resources in a limited way, but that also has an implication on the world environment, on the climate. So, you see, people are using cars and bikes, and then you see every person has a carbon footprint. And then with that carbon footprint, it is decided how the whole environment in the world will be in the future. So sometimes we don't understand the larger implications of our actions. But when Baba says that you understand the limited and the unlimited, he means more than, these aspects, like how it is, how my individual actions are affecting the world economy or the environment of the world. Baba says that now you understand the three worlds and the past, present and future. And not just the limited future in the sense that what's going to happen 30 years from now or 50 years from now. You think about all the calculations that are made in the world. So they will keep calculating that the way we are functioning right now, 30 years from now, this natural resource won't be available. Or 50 years from now, there'll be this crisis or that crisis. But, and I don't think, even 50 years they calculate. It's usually 5 years, 6 years. That's the calculation. But Baba is not talking about that kind of unlimited. Baba says that whatever you do right now is going to have a bearing on how you go back home. So now we understand that whatever actions second by second we are performing, that has an implication of on our antamate sogati, yes, on our final moments. And then it also has an implication on when we come back onto the stage to play our part, and what role do we take. Do I become a king or queen, or do I become a servant in the palace, or do I become a subject in the kingdom? All these things are decided by our actions in the moment. Right now in Sangam Yuga, we are creating the foundation of our return journey and also our coming back. And the whole cycle, the whole next cycle is being decided by our actions in the moment. Now Baba says that in the moment, see, you have a body to feed and clothe and shelter. and then you have responsibilities about children and about stuff. And that is also true. In the moment, you cannot ignore that. Can you? Can you ignore that there is a body and you have to earn for it? Or there is a family that you have to take care of. So Baba says that even Sharir Nirvaha, or what we do for ourselves, keeping in view this present life, present birth, this is also important. You have to go to work, you have to carry on with your responsibilities. But Baba says, never forget that all the investment that you're going to make into whatever is in the present is going to waste, because all this is perishable. Yes, so this is, so of course you can't ignore it. You have to do everything that you are doing, but you also have to understand that this effort is not going to go with you in the next birth. This is a perishable income. Whatever you earn, whatever you invest, that's going to perish. So you see, even if you take very good care of the body, will you never leave the body? You will leave the body. So even if you leave the body and the body is in a very good condition, still you have to leave the body. Or the relationships, you have taken very good care of the relationships, still you have to leave them. You earn a lot of wealth. Can you take it with you? Yes, you have millions of dollars or rupees in your account. Can you take it with you? You can't take it, because all that is perishable. So Baba says that, but that's important. Baba doesn't say that you can ignore it. You can't ignore what's there in front of you. So Baba says that you earn for this birth, you do whatever is necessary, but don't forget that you also have to earn an unlimited income. You have to also have unlimited credit. Unlimited means that which will last longer than this life. So you also have to focus on that. And just like I mentioned, our goal is to go back to our sweet home without getting punished. Yes, and our goal is to come back onto the stage as early as possible and in a position which is like kingship. So our aim is to be a Rajaon ka Raja. So we want to be a king or queen in the deity kingdom. So Baba says that don't lose your focus on that. And Baba says, in order to keep your focus on that, you have to pay attention to the unlimited study. Now Baba is giving us the education about how to deal with the unlimited. Yes, so there is a journey that we have had previous than this life, and there is a journey ahead of this birth, right? So Baba says that in order to deal with all the baggage that you have brought from your previous journey, and also to incur an income that will last you longer than this body, you have to pay attention to the study that I am giving you, because nobody else teaches us how to deal with that baggage that we brought from the past, or how to, not create further baggage that we will have to carry in the future, or how to earn real income that will carry into the future. Real means imperishable income. So Baba says, I am teaching you this stuff, and you have to pay very good attention to my teachings so that you can take care of your unlimited progress also. You can take care of your distant future also. So in the study, just like Baba mentioned that there is a study that Baba is giving us. So what is the study all about? So if you see, there are 4 subjects in this study. So knowledge, yoga, dharana, that is inculcation of divine virtues and manners, and then there is seva. Now you see, Baba gives us the knowledge of the truth, which is the foundation of yoga, dharana and seva. So first subject that we have to pay attention to is regular study of the Murli, Gyan. Because if we don't understand yoga, we don't understand what manners we need to imbibe, or we don't understand what is seva, what is not seva, then how can we do all of that? So first subject has to be paid a lot of attention to, that is Gyan. Then second subject that Baba teaches us, yoga. Now what is yoga all about? So Baba says that when you remember me as I am, when you consider yourself to be a soul and remember me as your father, then your sins get burnt. You are absolved of your sins. Now Baba says, now that your intellect is in the unlimited and you understand for yourself that you are carrying a huge burden of sins with you, birth after birth you have carried that baggage, and that's a cumulative baggage, a lot of baggage of sins we are carrying with ourselves. And Baba says yoga is the method to burn those sins. So you have to pay attention to the subject of yoga. Now you see, just by telling or knowing that I have to create my future and I have to be concerned about my future, you cannot create your future. So there is a method to it. Just like you see, when we talk about limited income, just by knowing that you have to go to work, you don't earn an income. You earn an income by going to work. Similarly, Baba says it's very important that you understand how sins are burnt, but it's also very important that you burn those sins by remembering me so much. And if you don't pay attention to this subject of yoga, then what happens is your burden of your previous sins will become a very big obstacle in your progress forward. And today Baba gives the example, a very good example of a story in which the elephant is consumed by the alligator. Now you just think about an alligator and an elephant. Now when you apparently see an elephant is huge and it looks technically impossible for the alligator to eat up the elephant. But the elephant is not careful, and that's why the alligator is able to eat up that big animal. Now Baba says, technically Maya, you are God's children. Yes, who are we? We are not ordinary souls. We have Supreme Soul Paramatma as our father, teacher and Satguru. So we are not ordinary in any way. But Baba says Maya eats you up. Why? because you are disrespectful to the Father, because we don't pay attention to the teachings of the Supreme Teacher, the directions of the Supreme Father. So Baba says, if you are so disrespectful, what is disrespectful? You see, the Supreme Teacher teaches us and we don't pay attention. The Supreme Father is here for us and we don't obey Him. That's disrespect. And Baba says, because of this disrespect, Maya gets a chance to eat you up. And Baba says that you have to be very careful about your chart of yoga, because it is with yoga that you will burn your sins and also earn an income, spiritual income. So that is imperative. And Baba says, just like you see, when the businessmen, they see that they maintain a chart, today's chart, and they see that they are not in profit, they are running into loss, then what do? They are very careful the next day. They are very careful to balance out. They would even, be careful to earn so much today that the negative account of yesterday can be balanced out. So Baba says, you also have to pay a lot of attention to your chart of remembrance if you want to balance out, the decline that you had today. So this is the first subject. Then second subject, Baba says, divine manners. And Baba today says that just like you see in the world, animals and plants and nature also today has lost its beauty. Yes. So humans also, we have lost all manners. And now we need to learn manners for everything. So you see, we don't have the manners of who to remember. Do we have the manners of who to remember? So I remember, there was this one Mata, and her husband used to beat her black and blue. And then there was intervention from the neighbors in that matter. And then the neighbors ensured that she got a divorce from that man. And when that divorce was over, this Mata, she said, I cry a lot every day. And I asked her why. So she said, I cry because I miss him. So I said, you miss the one who used to beat you black and blue. So you don't have the manners to even miss who to miss and who not to miss. You don't even have the manners for that. So just think about how ill-mannered we've become. We don't have the manners to even, we don't even have the manners for remembrance. We don't know who to remember or who to forget. Yes, so if you look at your memory bank, what have you stored in your memory bank? So all the bitter memories, all the sorrowful memories we keep storing, and all the good ones we keep letting go. What do we do with the good ones? We take them for granted. Yes, so we take them for granted. So Baba, so when Baba asks us to pay attention on whether we are remembering Baba, so what do we say? Baba, I remember you. Yes, so I do remember you. I don't consciously remember you, I just remember you. But when it comes to bitter and sorrowful memories, you sit and remember them. You are very consciously remembering them. So Baba is for subconscious memory and those things are for conscious memory. So Baba says, you don't have the manners to even remember who to remember, who to forget. We don't have the manners for that. We don't have the manners of drishti. Yes, what are our eyes seeing? And you see, these two eyes, they are driven by sanskars, old sanskars, vicious sanskars that we have created in the old world. And what do these eyes see? These eyes see, name and form. Yes, so we see attractive, unattractive. So we are looking at bodies all day. And you see, there was this one there was this one girl, and she used to come to the center, and she was not in Gyan, she was just in association. And then I taught her that Baba teaches us to have Atmik Drishti. So I told her that Baba tells us that whenever you see somebody, remember that this is a soul and see that one. So she told me that, yes, I saw two people yesterday and I saw that they are souls. And then I asked her, and what about all the actors and TV stars you saw on the screen? Did you see them as souls? So she got so shocked. She told me, do I have to look at them also as souls? But then where is the entertainment? Because we are looking at bodies, and that's our entertainment. So you see that we are so caught up in name and form all day. And what are we looking at? The car that somebody is carrying, or the superficial whatever you see, this facade that everybody is carrying around them, or the bodies or the gender. This is what the eyes are seeing. And Baba says, this is not manners for the eyes. So the manners for the eyes is, you see the one you are talking to. So, or you see the one who is the truth. And what is the truth? The truth is the soul. The truth is not the body. The truth is not the makeup they are wearing, or the dress they are wearing, or the truth is not the position they are wielding in the present moment. The truth is the imperishable soul. And that's the one you have to focus on. That's the one you have to give your power of attention. But where is our power of attention? And Baba says that, you see, the drishti, the vision, is such a powerful method. And whatever you pay attention to, whatever you see will grow. Yes, so you can create reality out of your vision. And what are we creating with this drishti? So we are wasting this big resource of the drishti by just seeing the perishable aspects of human existence. And Baba says that your drishti has to see the pure soul and talk to the pure soul and invoke the purity and divinity within. So our drishti doesn't have manners these days. And another thing about drishti is, we have trained ourselves to see the weaknesses. So we see the bad, the weak, the improper, the lack in everything and everyone. And our drishti creates. So we say drishti se srishti. So our drishti, our vision, is a creative force. And when you are always seeing the weakness in someone, then what are you creating? You are creating, an environment, an atmosphere of weakness around you. So Baba says that your drishti doesn't have manners right now. And you have to inculcate these manners. And Baba teaches us manners for everything. And what happens is, just like I mentioned that with yoga, you burn the already accumulated baggage of sins. Similarly, by inculcating these divine manners, you stop yourself from creating further sin. Because you see, there are so many sins which we are creating unconsciously, just by the way we are remembering, just by the way we are seeing. It's a sin. You see, if have you seen, there are little children, when they grow up, they tell everybody that my mother or my father, they didn't see the good in me. They always saw my weakness, and that is why I am like this today. Now, they didn't say anything. It was, whatever they said was very less. But just the drishti, this is such pap karma. If you're just seeing somebody's name and form, what are you doing? You're making them caught up in name and form. Yes, and I remember, there was this little girl who used to come to the center, and she used to, whenever she came, the first question she would ask is, how is my dress looking? How is my dress, Didi? And I used to always tell her, your dress doesn't matter, you are nice. Your dress doesn't matter at all. You are looking beautiful. You are beautiful. So I remember that when it was COVID and there was lockdown, then she told her father that I want to visit the center. And her father said, you can't visit the center now, it's a lockdown. And then she said, no, I want to hear this, that I am beautiful. I don't want to hear your dress is beautiful, your hair is beautiful, and only in the center they tell me I am beautiful. So you think about it, that when you are always looking at somebody's name and form, you are committing a sin by making them trapped in name and form. And they are also getting so attached to their name and form, and all their energy and their life is being spent in upkeeping and progressing in that name and form, and they are not able to look at themselves or have dignity in the beauty of their own selves. So Baba says that when you don't have divine manners, and I just talked about the manners of remembrance or the manners of drishti, but Baba gives us the manners of how to use our ears, how to talk, because you see how much of rejection and how much of criticism there is in our words. Yes, and how much of acceptance and building self-worth do our words do. So Baba says that your words should be knowledgeful, powerful, loveful. And what have we made our words? Our words are always, correcting somebody, or our words are always pointing out somebody's mistakes. So that's not the energy that we want to give through our words. So Baba says, every organ of your body, your mind, your buddhi, your eyes, your ears, your remembrance, everything has to be taught manners. And when we learn these manners that Baba teaches us, then we save ourselves from creating a lot of sin that we are creating unconsciously. And then Baba teaches us the fourth subject, which is seva. And seva is the method to create a new income. And Baba says, when you serve through the mind, body and wealth, then every thought that you spend in world seva, every energy, the body that you use for world service, or every paisa that you spend in the seva that Baba gives you, when you do that, then that gives you punya ka khata, duaon ka khata. You earn blessings through it. And these blessings will help you. When will they help you? They will help you when you transition from here. And do you understand that when we talk about Brahma Baba's life story, then in that life story it is clearly understood that in the final moments, Brahma Baba says, there was a struggle between the past burden of sins and the punya ka khata, the blessings, the account of blessings that I had earned. And because the blessings I had earned was more than the baggage that was left in the final moments, I could transition easily. So that is what will help us in having our final destination. So we will transition easily when we have this stock of blessings, and we will also, those who we serve today will serve us tomorrow. So if you want to be a king, you need a big kingdom. And how do you create that kingdom? By serving these souls through your body, mind and wealth today. So this huge work that Baba is doing, when you support it, when you contribute to it through body, mind and wealth, then that contribution creates a new world. And in that new world, you will have people to serve you. You will be the king and they will be your servers, because you served them today. You used your body, mind and wealth to serve them today. So Baba says that you need to pay a lot of attention to the fourth and final subject also, which is seva, because without the account of blessings and without creating the kingdom for yourself, how can you transition into the soul world, or how can you be a king in Satyug? So this is why Baba says, if you want to have an unlimited income, if you want to focus on your unlimited progress, then you have to pay attention to these four subjects. And when you do that, then Baba says, both your limited and your unlimited will, go simultaneously, and you will have a good life here also, settle your karmic accounts, and when you transition, you will go and have a good place in Satyug also. So this is Baba's Murli today. And then in the slogan, Baba says that when we become free from negative thoughts, then we open the doors to success. Now you see, the negative thoughts that we create, most of the time we have an excuse that people around me are such, or the situations around me are such, that I have to create negative thoughts, right? And Gulzar Dadiji used to ask a very good question. Gulzar Dadiji used to say, if somebody forces you to eat rotten fruit, would you do that? Somebody is forcing you to eat rotten fruit or rotten food. You wouldn't do that. Why? Because it's not good for your body. So you will resist it. So similarly, even if there is a possibility created by the people around you or situations around you which are triggering negative thoughts, you have to save yourself from it. Because you have to understand that the negative thoughts that you create are bad for your spiritual health. Because just like somebody pushing rotten fruit into your mouth goes into your stomach, similarly, the negative, even if the atmosphere is negative, if you create negative thoughts, it will spoil your spiritual health. And when your spiritual health is spoiled, when you create negative thoughts in your inner world, then you cannot attract health, happiness, and wealth. So you attract everything based on your spiritual health. So Baba says, however difficult the circumstances are, however negative the atmosphere is, you have to maintain cleanliness of your heart and mind, because your spiritual health will attract health, wealth, and happiness for you. So if you want to have success, if you want to have health, you want to have physical success, material success, whatever, you need to create your mind space which is conducive for that kind of success. Okay, Om Shanti.